Hey folks, it's Rod with Power Group. Welcome back on the Pursuit of Wealth, your home for MJ stocks, crypto assets, and interviews. Also home to the best MJ community. Today is Thursday. It's November 2nd. Hope you're well. It's been a minute. Coming on to do an update on Tilray Brands. We're going to dive into the chart. We'll do some technical analysis. We'll look at a couple bullish patterns that are potentially forming and what to expect in terms of price action in the days, weeks, months ahead. I'll give my thoughts and opinions, and I'll do some analysis. And right now, key monthly support is holding. We've also got some news that came out over the last week or so that I want to go over for Tilray, but some of this I've already covered in one of my live streams and a couple other videos, but I wanted to consolidate it all into one video. Before we get to that, make sure to smash the like. It helps support me in the channel. It doesn't cost you anything. If you're new, you can subscribe, tick the bell, all that good stuff, and you'll be notified on any future videos or when I go live. Also, just as a quick update, I haven't been getting that many videos out because I'm in the process of moving. Had to move my girlfriend, and I had to move as well. We moved into a 2-bedroom. We were both living in 1-bedrooms, and we moved into a 2-bedroom. So there was a lot going on. I also purchased 2 condos as well for long-term rentals. So I got 2 leases signed on those. So things should start to calm down a little bit here. And hopefully I'll be getting back to my regular routine here. Really starting tomorrow. We should be able to get back on track. But it's been a busy week and great to settle down. And I know a lot of people have been asking where I've been. I had a fall as well. Tons of people reached out and asked me if I was okay. I'm feeling much better. It was a pretty rough couple of days. I had a huge headache, but feeling a lot better. So thank you very much for all of the concern and the kind words that everybody shared. I love each and every one of you who supported me along the way. Also, make sure to give Pow Group a follow on X, which is previously Twitter. The handle for that is @GroupPow. Going to be using that as my platform of choice going forward. Again, the handle for that is @GroupPow. Also, we do have a sponsor for today's video, and that sponsor is Moomoo. So your number one choice to trade U.S. stocks. If you're in the U.S., you can receive a $30 welcome bonus, and you can actually sign up as well if you're in Canada and take advantage of this welcome bonus. But essentially, Moomoo is a great app. I can vouch for it. It's a company that is funded by a NASDAQ-listed fintech with over 20 million users. And Moomoo also provides visualized data with over 100 indicators and other analyzing tools, and they're all for free. And you can use it to trade US stocks, as I mentioned. The fees are low and trading hours are long as well, which I really like. You can see here that they have 16-hour trading, 4 a.m. to 8 p.m. And you can use it on a desktop, phone, or tablet. So again, open your account today. I'll leave a link for this into the description and in the comment section. And you can get a $30 cash coupon just for starting the account. So here's some news articles that came out with regards to Tilray. Tilray goes green and switched to hemp packaging for some MJ products. We know that they're more than likely going to be releasing the Reddy's hemps as well. Something similar as the Shred 'em darts from Organogram. They have new hemp papers on those darts, on those pre-rolls. And they're those straight edge cigarette style ones. So I think Tilray is going to have that soon in this switch to hemp. And it's just, like even more, what's the word I'm looking for? It's even more reassurance and use cases that we can look toward hemp and MJ, right? So, this is going to help prevent plastic in landfills, and it's going to be that much better for the environment. And what better company than the number one company, the biggest market share in Canada, one of the biggest companies in MJ, and I would argue probably going to be the top 3, if not top 5, global MJ companies long term. And the fact that they're starting to do this is great to see. And like I said, we're going to see that shift more than likely take place into other licensed producers and MSOs, so multi-state operators as well. But LPs will likely follow suit as well. And then, like I said, we should see some upgrades to their products as well. Like I said, specifically the Reddy's, and that they should switch from that cigarette style paper to the hemp paper. And then we're also likely going to see a lot more products coming from Tilray in the coming months, so you can keep an eye out for that. Speaking of other products and brands, Blue Point Brewing announces Cask Ales Festival and new beer lineup, which we know they acquired Blue Point. And then Sweetwater Brewing Company as well, unveiling fall craft beer lineup. So lots of news, lots of new brands, lots of new products and stuff being unveiled into the fall here. And just kind of gives you an idea of where this company is going long term, right? This company is definitely one of the most exciting companies in MJ, and my top holding for sure. And like I said, I like the fact that they're diversified. They just acquired Trust Beverage Co. as well from Molson Coors, and that's the number one beverage brand here in Canada, and I would argue globally. The drinks are absolutely fantastic. They also acquired 8 beverage brands and beer and beverage brands from Anheuser-Busch, the maker of Budweiser. and I don't think they're going to be slowing down anytime soon. Also, Sweetwater Brewing Company launches special edition 420 IPA in partnership with Georgia Aquarium, one of the top aquariums in the world. So again, starting to see more and more partnerships, right? We know they have partnerships with the Denver Broncos as well, and just a testament to how big this company is getting and it's going to be. Taking a look at the Tilray chart here at the moment, so we do have an hourly bull flag on watch. So again, there's going to be a lot of going on in this chart. Maybe I'll just get rid of all of these patterns here and I'll redraw them so that everybody can see it, because there is a lot going on here at the moment. But it could be a potential inverse head and shoulders here on the daily time frame. We do have some hidden RSI bullish RSI divergence as well, with higher lows, higher highs here on the RSI, and we're trending lower high, lower low on the price action. So I'll just get rid of the inverse head and shoulders here, and this RSI, you can see here we're trending lower high, lower low, and then higher lows and higher highs on that RSI. So that's what we call hidden bullish RSI divergence. And then if we zoom into the hourly time frame here, into the end of the day here, we held that 0.382 fib there. So if you take the fib tool, and again I'll just redraw it so everybody can see, you take the fib tool, you go from the low there at 171 to the high at 187, and then you take your measured move with the trend line, and then you move it out to the 0.382 fib, and it's saying that we could be targeting about 198 here on the hourly time frame. So in order to negate this, again, I'm not saying it's going to $1.98 tomorrow. The charts are saying that it very well could. There's a high probability that it will, but nothing's guaranteed. So again, we're looking for invalidations and confirmations. So I'll give you the bull and bear case, and then you can look at the chart tomorrow, and then I'll give you the support, I'll give you key support, I'll give you key resistance, and then you look at those two levels, and whichever one breaks, then you get your confirmation. You either get confirmation of the bull flag or you get invalidation of the bull flag. And also key monthly support is holding at the moment as well, which is the most important factor, in my opinion, as we search for a long-term bear market bottom here, which has lasted, several years. It's now going on 3 years. And I think we could be very, very close to starting a multi-year bull market, but I'll show you that on the monthly time frame in a moment. But in order to negate this hourly bull flag, we need to see a loss of $1.80 USD on the NASDAQ. If we lose $1.80, that's going to negate the bull flag, and then we'll expect more than likely a pullback to that 0.5 retracement or the 0.618, the golden pocket, somewhere around that mid $1.70 area. So again, to negate it, we need to lose 180, and in order to confirm it, we need to hold that 0.382 fib there and then break resistance at 187. So key support is 180, key resistance is 187. Lose 180, we negate it. Break 187, we confirm it. And then if we break 187, the measured move is targeting 198 here. That's just on the hourly time frame, and just goes to show you an example of how technical analysis works, right? So again, it's not about calling a certain level. It's not about saying it's going to be we're right or wrong. It's just looking at support and resistance. It's all about data and support and resistance. So then you know which direction it's more than likely going to go based on data, right? So if into tomorrow, those are the two key levels to watch. And then it can happen on the daily time frame, right? When it's on the hourly time frame, you're not going to see as much upside, right? From the high there at $1.87 to the measured move, that's only about a 6% increase. But if it was on the daily time frame, it might end up being a 10 to 15% increase. And if it's on the monthly time frame, it could end up being a 20 or 30% increase, right? So again, on the higher level time frames, we usually see more upside because it's on a longer time frame, right? And then on the shorter term time frames, like the hourly or the 5 minute, it might only end up being 1% or so, right? And in this case, we're looking at about 6%. And then if we zoom out to the daily and then reset this chart, you can see here, I'll just get rid of some of these lines here so that it's a little bit easier to see. So on the daily time frame, you can take your head and shoulders, and it's an inverse head and shoulders, which is a bullish reversal pattern in the end of a downtrend. And again, we do have that hidden RSI, bullish RSI divergence. So if we take a look at what we could potentially be forming here, again, this is a little premature, so we don't know for sure. We still need to form that right shoulder, and if we come up and top out around that $1.98, which is the measured move of the hourly bull flag, that would give us the neckline, and then we could potentially come down and form a right shoulder, which we'll be watching for. But again, if we don't form a right shoulder and we just break above, then that's going to invalidate this inverse head and shoulders, right? And then you just take the measured move there from the low to the high of the neckline, and it's saying we could be targeting about $2.32 here on that daily inverse head and shoulders. And then again, the fact that we were coming off daily oversold, we're seeing hidden bullish RSI divergence in a potential bullish reversal pattern here in an IHS, it's looking like this could very well play out. And then we also have an hourly bull flag. So the bear case in terms of the technicals is not as strong as the bull case. So bulls definitely outweighing the bears here at the moment, as we're starting to see some exhaustion in terms of selling, and short sellers more than likely looking to cover, right? Based on this massive pullback that we've had over, well, ever since the HHS recommendation, right? We've pretty much given back that whole move. This move came after on August 31st here, into the end of August. That's when we started to really see some upside and some serious momentum in the sector, right? Even like CGC was up, almost 500% off of the lows, right? Ran from about 34 cents all the way up to just under $2 USD. But again, all names basically getting knocked back down, and we're now down over 50% from those highs after that HHS monumental recommendation of Schedule 3. So again, it's brutal, but unfortunately it is what it is. And if we take a look at the monthly time frame, we still are holding key monthly support, which is the most important factor. So again, a lot of people are starting, I can't believe we've given back the whole HHS move. The sector's dead. We're not going anywhere. I've got investor fatigue. This is that suckers rally, that disbelief phase, which I think we're in the market right now. Let me know in the comments below, what phase do you think we're in that investor psychology cycle? I think right now this is that, the phenomenon of people thinking, oh yeah, this is just another suckers rally. There's no way we're entering another bull market. This sector's never coming back. Whenever we keep going down forever, it just seems like prices are going to continue to go that way forever. Or same thing to the upside. When prices continue going to the upside, it just feels like it's going to go that way forever. And then you get all these bullish headlines and articles at the top of a bull market that keep you bullish when you should be starting to flip bearish and take that contrarian mindset. So again, while we form this monthly higher low is usually when a lot of people get faked out and shaken out of the market. So we have the low at 150. So that's key monthly support. That is the most important support, all-time low, obviously. And right now we're still holding that. So the low is 170. So we still got 20 cents to work with to form this monthly higher low. So if that support holds at 150, that's going to give us our higher low, and then we'll look for the higher high and then get that monthly uptrend confirmed. So it's all about 150 and then all about 340 resistance. So 150 support, 340 resistance. If we hold 150 on this monthly pullback and consolidation and then break 340, we're in a monthly uptrend, which will be the first time since the run up to $67 on the February 2021 highs on the Dems taking control of the Senate on hopes of legalization. So with everything happening right now, the DEA potentially coming back with a response, whether they approve Schedule 3 recommendation of HHS, that's one major, I would argue that's the biggest catalyst right now for the sector. Then safer banking, we also have Germany coming online, the Florida and Ohio. We know that that vote's coming next week, and then we have big earnings coming next week as well. So it's going to be an important couple of weeks ahead. And then we have the MJ Act up for review here in Canada as well. We could see uplisting to the NYSE and the NASDAQ over the next 3 to 6 months, in my opinion, but more than likely into 2024. And then individual states, other countries, right? It's just game theory playing out, and it's just a matter of time before we start to see all these other states, countries, companies start to capitulate, right? And we know Amazon and Apple are backing reform as well. So, a very common saying right now is this time is different, and I do believe so. And you would think that would be the case, right? We're down over 90% from February 2021 and all-time highs in MJ. The bottom is more than likely closer than we think, and we could be ending a multi-year bear market and potentially starting a multi-year bull market, right? Usually in MJ or in crypto or these high-risk assets that are very nascent and emerging and burgeoning industries, the bear markets usually consist of 1 to 2 plus years, and they usually consist of about 80 to 90+% pullbacks. And then the bull markets are 10x, sometimes 20x, maybe even more, and it's all done in a matter of months, right? Look what happened from the low there of March 2020. It was the high of February 2021. So in a year, we went from all the way down at around 243 all the way up to $67. So we've seen 26x, almost 27 times your money, $1,000 investment there into $27,000. And then we had multi-year bear market, right, with over 90%, 97% of downside. So again, I think that we're going to enter at least a multi-year bull market the next time we start a bull market. But that doesn't mean we won't have pullbacks along the way, right? We'll have these higher lows and higher highs, right, where you can see when we start to trend up, where we have these pullbacks of 20-30% even in a bull market. You can still pull back 20-30% plus in a bull market and still be holding monthly higher lows, right? And then at the moment, I did take that fractal here. I did draw an inverse head and shoulders on the monthly time frame, which it is kind of still holding. It's not as clear as we would like to see, but the psychology still remains. You got your left shoulder, your head, your right shoulder, but it is quite slanted at the moment. So not too concerned about that anymore. That's since been invalidated in my opinion. But the most important thing is just looking for that monthly uptrend to confirm. And then I took the fractal here. So this blue bar chart, these blue bars here is a bar pattern from the last bull market. And you can see here it's eerily similar, right? When we start that monthly uptrend, low, high, higher low, and higher high, you can see here it's fairly similar to what we're doing right now. Low, high, higher low, and then we'll look for the monthly uptrend to confirm. But it could be into, spring of next year. And again, that lines up with my thinking that we're going to more than likely see crypto alt season first. And then once crypto and tech stocks start to pull back, we'll start to see MJ start to shine and take the spotlight into next year. And then into, spring of next year, I think is when we could get Schedule 3. And then that would remove 280E tax burden. That would send these stocks completely parabolic. And then uplisting mania to the NYSE and the NASDAQ. And because Tilray is listed on a US major exchange, the NASDAQ, it's going to be what retail investors are flocking to, right? Because they can't buy OTC, or they can't buy on the Canadian exchanges, right? Or they may buy MSOS, which is an ETF that invests in the US companies. But in my opinion, just because of ease of access and popularity, it becomes to a certain degree a popularity contest and ease of access. And Tilray is the poster child of MJ, right? We know it's Wall Street's favorite. Over I think it was like $2.4 billion were traded in one day, in a single day, not including the Canadian exchanges. So Tilray is by far the biggest Wall Street favorite, and it is situated right in Wall Street in New York, right? So it makes sense. But I'm extremely bullish on this company long term, and I know it feels like we're going to continue to drop to lower lows, and we're never going to see another bull market again. But I can say for one thing that I'm as close to 100% confident that the bottom is very, very close to being in. I would say over the next couple of months, we're really going to start to kick it into high gear, no pun intended. But in terms of the weekly time frame, we did get MACD bear cross out of the way, so that's a positive sign. And then we already had the stochastic and the weekly candle close below the 10-week moving average. So we're starting to shift the other way, and we could see some bull crosses and some closes over that 10-week moving average. So I think a lot of the pain is out of the way and increases the odds that we could see this monthly higher low and higher high and uptrend confirm. We're back below all of the weekly moving averages, and we're back below all of the daily moving averages, and we could be seeing a death cross here on the daily time frame just after we saw a golden cross. But I wouldn't put too much weight behind this because we've already been bleeding out over 97% from February 2021 highs. And again, this is usually that last fake out and capitulation and shakeout that retail investors get as we're looking for a long-term bottom and a potential reversal into a multi-year bull market, right? So again, don't get too down in the dumps because, like I said, over the next week or so, and then on November 8th, we also have the Florida hearing and arguments going to be presented for putting adult use on the ballot for 2024 in Florida. So again, next week's going to be a huge week, and then over the course of the next 2 to 4 weeks or so, we could see a potential response from the DEA as well on whether or not they approve that recommendation to Schedule 3, and then it would have to go off, as far as I'm aware, it would have to go off to the DOJ, and then it would have to go through some other regulatory hoops and some amendments and things like that. So it's more than likely going to be in 2024, but I think we could get an announcement from the DEA at some point between now and the end of the year, and then enacted into 2024, and that's when we should see 280E go away, and that's when we should see this industry and this sector complete a multi-year bear market and start a potential multi-year bull market. Hopefully this was helpful, and I'll be getting back to my regular routine, like I said, as early as tomorrow. And looking forward to getting back into the swing of things. But hopefully you found this video helpful. If you did, make sure to smash the like. I would appreciate it. Share the video with your network. And then also check out Moomoo, the sponsor of this video. Link in the description. And you can get a $30 coupon for funding your account. Have a great night. It's Rod with Power Group. Thanks again for joining us in the pursuit of wealth. We'll see you again on the next video.